Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of AIC TV. I am your host, Edward Carr, and I'm really excited to have with me in the studio today, Yves Gut. Yves is the founder and president of RAMPartners, a Swiss financial services company. Yves, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Edward, to have me today.
Great to have you here. So, Yves, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background? How did you get into the financial services industry?
Sure. I've been in this financial industry for almost 30 years now. I started in the brokerage industry with very well-known firms such as Payne Weber, Shearson Lehman Brothers, Prudential Beige, SG Cowan, Raymond James.
Great. And then in 2005, you actually founded RAMPartners.
Correct.
Okay. And why did you found RAMPartners?
Well, I found there was an opportunity of giving financial services to corporations across the globe. We are very much experienced in investment banking, corporate financing, and capital raising. Okay,
great. And Yves, I've looked on RAMPartners' website, and I've noticed that RAMPartners actually is an official corporate advisor for the GXG Exchange. I wonder if you can tell our viewers out there, what exactly is the GXG Exchange?
Well, the GXG market is a very new market. They started back in 2012, just barely a year and a half old, and we thought there was a great opportunity to partner with them, and we have been appointed as corporate advisors back in September.
Okay, so the GXG is a new stock market, a new exchange.
Correct.
And how does a company actually go about listing on the GXG?
Well, the GXG has been formed to open new markets to small and medium enterprises because of the new regulations within the larger stock markets, like in Toronto, New York, AIM and LSE, maybe in Frankfurt. The barrier to entry for the smaller companies is getting much tougher. So GXG allows these companies to come into the public market and access capital through easier regulations.
Interesting. So how many companies are currently listed on the GXG?
Well, when they started back in early part of 2012, they had 12 companies listed. Today, they are at 106, I believe, companies listed.
106, so that's some pretty explosive growth.
Absolutely.
And the future pipeline?
There's about 45 companies looking to list by the end of this year, and the pipeline is very strong for next year.
Okay. And what sort of market caps are we looking like? What's the overall capitalization of the market these days?
The overall capitalization of the GXG today is roughly £6 billion.
6 billion?
Correct.
Wow. And liquidity? What's the turnover last year?
Last year, they estimated the turnover was about £500 million.
500 million pounds, so some good liquidity on this new exchange.
Yes, of course.
Okay, very interesting, Yves. So how would a company actually list on the GXG?
Well, there's a procedure. They would have to come to a corporate advisor, such as RAMPartners. We have to do our due diligence. There's an application. We will see fit if the company has requirements to go to any of the 3 levels that the GXG offers. There's a first quote, main, and official quote. And once the application is made, the listing can go quite rapidly.
Okay, so how long does this process take?
It can take anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks versus other exchanges where it's much more burdensome, lengthy. It could take anywhere from 6 to 12 months.
Wow, so in only 4 to 6 weeks, a private company can be publicly traded on the GXG.
Correct.
That's exciting. And how about the costs compared to some of the other exchanges out there?
That's a very good question. The cost of going to a larger exchange or one of the more, for example, the Toronto Venture or AIM or Frankfurt, the cost could, for a small company, could be quite substantial. We could be talking $300,000 or euros, and coming into the GXG could be less than half of that.
Wow, so they can go a lot quicker and they can actually list for a lot cheaper.
Correct.
So it seems like that's why a lot of these companies are migrating towards the GXG Exchange.
Of course.
And you as a corporate advisor have experience in actually listing companies.
Yes, we have listed already 2 companies this year. One in the alternative energy space, another one in the natural resources, and we've got another 3 right now in the pipeline.
Okay, sounds great. Well, Yves, if our viewers out there would like to get more information on the GXG market itself, to learn about opportunities and some of the companies that are listed, how would they go about doing so?
Well, it's quite easy. If the company or the person is just looking to trade one of these exciting new growth companies, they can go directly to the GXG website, which is gxgmarkets.com. Or if they want corporate counseling from our behalf, then they can just come on the RAMPartners.ch website.
Yves, very interesting. Thank you so much for coming by the studio today and sharing your thoughts on the GXG market.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Edward Carr, your guest host. You heard it. Here's another exchange. The GXG Markets looks very exciting. Please stay tuned to AIC TV in the future for more interviews. Thank you.